Hello and welcome to another edition of National Focus. I'm Jarna, Hector. Coming up, 29 graduate from Technical and Educational Enhancement Project. The NCCU awards 12 scholarships and the Tourism Minister says 90,000 visitors by 2015 is absolutely attainable. Stay with us for details of these stories and others after this.
Hey, I had a good time in town last week with a pretty girl, man.
Hey, carry me next time when you're going now.
Where we get paid Friday, we gonna go.
Careful, they might catch AIDS.
AIDS? Them girl pretty. Them girl can't get AIDS,
I
man.
think it's only ugly women have AIDS. Anybody could get it. If you get sick, what you gonna tell your wife?
Hey, your wife, come in.
Hey, change the topic. Change the topic.
Your family depends on you. Don't take home AIDS.
Do you have uncovered water storage drums around your home? Do you dispose of old tires, cans and old containers capable of holding water anywhere in your environment? Are you being bitten by mosquitoes, particularly at dusk and early morning? Do you keep houseplants in water? Do you spend your hard-earned cash to control mosquitoes? Has your community experienced dengue fever outbreaks? If your answer is yes to at least 3 questions above, you are at risk to dengue fever. Join the fight against dengue fever. The responsibility for a dengue-free Dominica lies with you. So, get rid of the Aedes aegypti mosquito.
The facts as they are, brought to you every day. Only on GIS Channel 7.
Thanks for staying with us. The Ministry of Tourism continues its thrust to achieve 90,000 visitors in Dominica by 2015. In an exclusive interview with GIS on Wednesday, Honorable Ian Douglas, Minister for Tourism, says the goal of 90,000 by 2015 is not just a slogan, but should be seen as attainable.
When we speak of 90,000 visitors by 2015, we don't want it, we're kind of scared that it becomes cliched, but we want people, when you say that, to understand what we mean and what we want to achieve. And so we are putting everything in place, all the mechanisms in place, and we want the entire country to be sensitized to that milestone and to that vision of where we want to grow the industry. Because it's not just about visitors, but it's about visitor spend. What is of important to us in the tourism industry is the quality of visitors that we can attract to Dominica, and not necessarily the quantity of people who come to Dominica. And although we are looking towards 90,000 visitors, but we believe ultimately that will increase the earnings that tourism generates into the economy.
According to Honorable Douglas, his ministry is putting all mechanisms in place to ensure that Dominica achieves this goal. One key initiative is the increase and improvement of air and sea access.
Of course, we're looking at the whole issue of access, and we want to continue to invite more airlines to fly into Dominica. So we have invested in LIAT, of course, and that is so that LIAT can service Dominica with more flights into our destination from our hubs, because we have international airports to our north and our south that service us from our international destinations. We have Air BVI, who's doing very well from St. Martin on a three days a week basis right now, bringing passengers in. And so we have Air Sunshine. We have lost the Eagle, but I believe that Air Sunshine has taken up the slack from where the Eagle left off, servicing the San Juan hub into Dominica. Of course, we're looking at also ferry access because a lot of our visitors from France and other parts of Europe come through Guadeloupe and Martinique. And so we would like the transition from Guadeloupe to Martinique into Dominica to be smooth. And so that's why we're working with a local ferry owner and the regular French ferries.
The minister says several infrastructural projects around Dominica are aimed at improving visitor accessibility and ensuring a better experience on the island. These include the Melville Hall to Pocasset Road, the Roseau Valley Road Improvement Project, and a newly constructed reception facility at the T2 Gorge. In more news, Dominica's Chief Environmental Health Officer Anthony Scotland has declared that leptospirosis is not a threat at this time. In an exclusive with GIS News, the Environmental Health Officer revealed that since the 2011 outbreak, strategies have been employed by authorities that have kept the rate of contraction on constant decline.
We can say safely that we utilize rat baiting also in Roseau, Portsmouth, some of the areas like Marigot, Wesley, that were where the leper was occurring, and to date we have seen a decrease in the amount of disease occurring from lepto.
Since then, authorities have kept close and regular watch on waste removal systems. The removal of white goods plays a significant role in the process of leptospirosis elimination on the island, since these items act as breeding grounds for the vector.
Well, I must report to you that there are no cases of leptospirosis yet for the year. There were a couple suspect cases, but in terms of confirmed cases, we haven't received any yet. So it's like, since we had the major outbreak in 2011, leptospirosis has been going down. Environmental Health and the other stakeholders have done serious work in trying to improve sanitation in those communities where it was occurring. Actually, we have a truck that go out every day to collect white goods. Today they are in the south. Tomorrow they're gonna come into the Goodwill area. Then they're going to Cassibos, then La Plaine. So you have a regular scheduling for removing of derelicts and white goods. And we need to send that message also to the derelict owners to take their derelict vehicles to the landfill. Because some of these derelicts also contribute to mosquito breeding and rats, cockroaches breeding in communities. So these are the we can say safely that we utilize rat baiting also in Roseau, Portsmouth, some of the areas like Marigot, Wesley, that were where the leper was occurring, and to date we have seen a decrease in the amount of disease occurring from lepto.
Scotland says that residents ought to now act as inspectors and maintain responsibility for the environment in order to make leptospirosis a non-factor on the island.
Be your own inspector now. So we calling on the Dominican population to be their own inspector. And if they identify any area that is a source for breeding of these vectors, so you have the mosquitoes, you have the rats, roaches, you need to call environmental health, or you can contact your environmental health officer within the health districts. Every district, or you can send a complaint to the health district. There's telephones in all these health districts around Dominica. The health centers, the type 3 health centers, that is where the environmental officers are based. So any information can go to there, which will be recorded, and then the assistant and the other health staff pass on the information to the environmental officers to investigate it. So you can actually report the matter to us. And at the head office here is our telephone number is 266-3468, 266-3467, 266-3463.
In more news, 29 residents of Penville graduated from a 4-month technical and educational enhancement project during a ceremony at the Penville Primary School on Wednesday. The project was funded by the Basic Needs Trust Fund and implemented by the Penville Village Council in collaboration with the Adult Education Division. The participants were trained in various skills, including computer literacy, tiling, masonry, carpentry, plumbing, mathematics, and financial management. Chairman of the Penville Village Council, Justin Dubois, coordinated the skills component of the project.
You must find and create employment for yourself. Apply what you have learned effectively and efficiently to acquire the desired goals. Take advantage of any opportunity available to you in training workshops and other seminars in your related fields to further enhance your skills and overall performance.
Project Manager of the Basic Needs Trust Fund, Matthew Carrett, says the Caribbean Development Bank recognizes the importance of the provision of skills training to the island's youth.
We take this component very seriously. As we welcome the opportunity, to give persons a chance to make it better. And from what I've seen and I've been told, you were attentive, and I really trust, that you will take full advantage and make full advantage of the chances that you're given.
Minister for Social Services, Community Development and Gender Affairs, Honorable Gloria Shillingford, was particularly impressed with the high percentage of young men who participated in the program.
At last, I am at a function where our young men have taken the lead. Young women, don't get me wrong, but we have to encourage young men when we see them in the lead and in the majority. Because so often people say, they're just on the roadside or they're just doing something else, and I'm really proud of what we are doing. I'm really proud of BNTF, by extension, our government, because we were able this afternoon to draw you out from wherever you are. We were able to draw you out this afternoon.
Acting Prime Minister Honorable Reginald Austrie, during his address at Wednesday's ceremony, assured the graduates that the decision to acquire technical skills was the right choice.
There is always something for the skilled professional or the skilled man to do. Whether you go here, whether you go St. Martin, whether you go Guadeloupe, you go Antigua, most of the artisans in those countries are in fact Dominicans. And they make more money than me and the Prime Minister. Because some of them do 2 jobs, they do 3 jobs, and these are very high-paying jobs. So you can consider yourself to be as equal as anybody else, as long as you master your art, whatever you choose to do.
Darius Bruni, who completed the tiling, plumbing, and computer literacy components, gave his impressions of the program.
It was hard work, but hard work pays off. And for example, for the plumbing, I knew nothing, but still then, I was at my grandmother's home, and I saw she had a simple washer that needed to be changed, and I was the one who did it. And I want to thank Mr. Jeff for that, and also the computer part of it. I also did computer too, and I opened my system unit, and I took out everything in parts, and I put it back together. All thanks to Mr. Felix George, so I can. So simple. If for example, my power pack go bad, I'll be able to fix it back or put it back in space. Right? And I do thank Mrs. White and all the other coordinators for putting that program in place. It was a great help.
Lisanne Parilo also gave her impressions of the program. She completed various components, including parenting, financial management, plumbing, tiling, electricity, masonry, and carpentry.
Although during that time I was doing CXC subjects in Portsmouth, I did my utmost best to attend all the classes. Of course, one of my favorite classes was parenting, where we did self-esteem, communication, and how to deal with teenagers, etc. Self-esteem was one of the best. My favorite was parenting, as I said, and I am delighted to say that that class was quite informative. And my advice to the young people of this village is that we should grasp more opportunities like this and educate ourselves.
The Technical and Education Enhancement Project was funded by the BNTF at a cost of over $54,000. Acting Chief Education Officer Melina Fontaine says Dominica has performed well at this year's CSEC examinations. During a press conference on Wednesday, Fontaine compared Dominica's performance to the regional average.
So the Caribbean average overall for 2013 is 65%. For Dominica, it's 75%. Last year, it was 62%, if you want to use that, and we were 65%. For mathematics, the Caribbean average, or the regional average, is 35% this year, and Dominica, 36%. So while it's low for the region, but we did go above the region. For language, it's 57%. For Dominica, it is 73.3%. So in language, we are doing well. We wish for 100%, but you never get 100% for certain things. And so with those good news, I just want to now call.
Dominica recorded an overall success rate of 74.7% in the May-June 2013 examinations. And discussions are ongoing around the island to bring awareness to citizens of the benefits of adopting the Caribbean Court of Justice as Dominica's final court of appeal. Earlier this year, Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit announced Dominica's decision to secede from the British Privy Council and to adopt the CCJ as a final resolve on matters of criminal and civil law. Honorable Ian Douglas, Minister for Legal Affairs, says the aim is to bring awareness to Dominicans about the benefits of this move.
There are a lot of benefits for CARICOM nationals like Dominicans. And we felt that we had to take the issue of the CCJ throughout the country, so that Dominicans understand what the court is about, how the court operates, how the court will be run, how they can access the court, what are the benefits of having the court.
Town hall discussions on the matter have already been held in Cottage, Castle Bruce, and Penville. Honorable Douglas says the intention is that when the final move is made, citizens will have a clear understanding of the operations of the court and how it can be accessed. Meantime, government continues its efforts to hold discussions in various parts of the country. The Love One Teach One Foundation launched its Better You, Better Me curriculum on Monday to teach self-development to primary and secondary school age children, as well as inmates of the Dominica State Prison. The program, which runs from August 12 to 23, is headed by its developer, Dr. Peter Seja. Dr. Seja says the 8-hour basic curriculum training will be taught to boys and girls of grades 4 to 6 and high school age students participating in both the Love One Teach One summer camp and the Camp Glow. Organizers say at the end of the training, participants ought to show improvements in these areas.
The idea will be to be able to teach them some of the subjects we have about self-awareness, self-direction, peaceful problem solving, which is about morals, values, attitudes, behaviors. And then we go from peaceful problem solving into communication. And then on the last two sessions are about understanding relationships, just healthy relationships with boys and boys, girls and boys, boys and girls. And then finally, we talk about moral leadership development. In a nutshell, the basic training is really what it is. It's a sample of different topics that we teach, full-scale topics on each one of those topics, but they get 2 hours exposure to that subject matter. And later on, if they want advanced training, we can do this later on.
The Better You, Better Me curriculum was developed by Dr. Seja and his team after 15 years of research into solutions to the problems of violence, lack of productivity, and other related social problems. Employees of Papillot Wilderness Retreat are also participants of the Better You, Better Me pilot program. And the National Cooperative Credit Union made its 3rd annual scholarship presentations to 12 deserving students on Thursday in 7 categories. President of the NCCU Limited, Michael Augustine, revealed that the institution currently services 55 scholarships, including students of the Dominica State College. He reported on NCCU's scholarship investments for the 2012-2013 academic year.
For the 2012-2013 academic year, expenses for the NCCU Limited scholarship program totaled $74,082.04, which included payments for a monthly commuting allowance, textbook purchase and supplies, school fees inclusive of payment for CXC exams at the 5th form level, and the CCSLC competence exam at the 4th form level, and also a uniform allowance. The secondary school scholarship includes a provision of textbooks for supplies to a maximum of $700, an annual uniform allowance of $300 per student, payment of school fees which ranges from $20 to $525. Provision of a monthly transportation allowance ranging from $50 to $100 per student, where that is applicable. Payment of CSEC exam fees for fifth formers who are scholarship recipients based on the recommendation of the school. And the payment of examination fees for the CCSLC exam for third formers.
Shalian Shaw earned the NCCU Limited Merit Scholarship and Tyrese Henderson got the Ambrose Coffey Memorial Scholarship. Sharon Valerie, Kinson Rock, and Milagro Charlemagne were awarded the Venice Bellany, Murray Wilkins, and Myrtle Hilton scholarships respectively. Hudson Savre scholarships went to Aliyah Alexander and Masika Edwards, and 5 students earned Edward Elwin scholarships. They were Cody Isles, Gabriel St. Rose, Nashon Bellot, Francis Maxime, and Joy Francis. Chief Executive Officer of the NCCU, Ilma Irish, had this to say.
In a time when the distractions are endless and resources are limited, you must therefore make best use of the opportunities afforded to you. Out of 119 students who applied, you were selected. It was Brian Tracy who said these inspirational words, which are important to all of us. You are the architect of your own destiny. You are the master of your own fate. You are behind the steering wheel of your life. There are no limitations to what you can do or be, except the limitations you place on your own thinking.
7 scholarship recipients received special mention for their achievements at that ceremony. And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is up next with the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole, non moins c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, le ministre de l'Éducation a fait parole qui étudiants fait bien bon en plusieurs sujets examination CXC. Parole celle-là sortie du ministre de l'Éducation, honorable Peter Saint-Jean.
En tous différents sujets, ces enfants-là, ces étudiants-là, ils font meilleur. Ce n'est pas simplement en mathématiques ou bien en language, English language, mais en tous ces différents sujets-là, nous avons en Dominique qui ces étudiants-là font meilleur. Et ça, c'est un bon signe pour nous. Et nous avons si nous continuons à faire ça, nous avons fait un ministre d'éducation. Si parents continuent à travailler avec les enfants, et ces teachers-là, en l'école, là, continuent à travailler, qui nous avons fait autant meilleur l'année prochaine.
Honorable Saint-Jean aussi mentionné traitement pour teacher.
Si les enfants n'y peuvent faire bien en examen, en l'école, il est nécessaire pour nous un bon teacher en classe là. Et c'est pour raison ça là, nous mettons en lot attention pour traîner ces teachers-là, pas simplement en mathématiques, mais en tous différents sujets. Et où j'attends quand ça nous a créé Education Enhancement, Dominica Education Enhancement Project. Ça, c'est un grand projet. Là, nous avons dépensé presque $12 millions. Et un aspect, un component projet ça là, c'est pour traîner teachers. Et présentement, nous avons 5 teachers qui ont traîné, ça nous a créé degree programme. Et ça, c'est raison pour ça, c'est pour nous les meilleurs teachers classroom là, ils ça délivré et nous que les enfants qui fait meilleur.
En d'autres nouvelles, un programme qui a édité Néguion Bon Moral la vie, Love One Teach One, qui a conduit en Dominique à présent. Dr. Peter Kebi Saint-Jean qui a conduit le programme cela.
Moi, développe un programme, non, c'est Better Me, Better You. Every idea Better Me, Better You, c'est pour montrer au monde comment pour faire corps yo plus meilleur, avec famille yo, avec community yo plus meilleur. C'est 17 years moi qu'a fait research à Dominique, à l'autre place, avec moi qu'a aider moun à community, avec aider moun par corps yo, avec moun à famille yo, faire bagay pour yo wive moun qui qu'a fait plus meilleur parce que yo te qu'a fait avant. So ça nous qu'a fait, nous qu'a montrer ces petits moun là, primary school, enfants, autant d'enfants qui avait Love One Teach One Foundation, Junior Summer Camp ici à Baffin State. C'est tout là, c'est tout le monde là qui là. C'est tout le monde qui sorti Silver Lake avec Baffin State. nous travaillons avec ces primary schools, les enfants à bon matin, après-midi, nous travaillons avec ces gros enfants à high school. Nous avons montré un movie, nous fait Lessons from Homicides, Buffalo Story. Et nous montré moun ça qui a fait après moun tuer moun ou ka wè moun à casquette ou ka wè ba c'est qualité ba ça qu'a fait pour nous c'est pas qualité ba ça nous dans Dominique. Là nous montré ces moun là Silver Lake film là yo gardé et tenu une discussion comme ça et aussi même nous ka aller à Coliho avec ces moun là à Coliho ka montré film là ka ba un sample.
En la nouvelle, le gouvernement Dominica a continué à faire progrès pour quitter Privy Council et puis adopter CCJ contre l'Office pour tant qu'est-ce qui appelle. Plaisir gouvernement Kawaii établi CCJ en l'année 2001 pour résolver trois cas qui ont existé en Kawaii sans même qu'à tomber en bas Treaty of Chagoramas. Si l'homme ministre des Affaires légales, Honorable Ian Douglas, le gouvernement Dominique déjà écrit le gouvernement l'Angleterre quand informé yo l'idée pour quitter Privy Council. Honorable Douglas aussi fait parole qui unit autant bénéfices et puis CCJ. Guyane, Baban et puis Belize déjà branché et puis CCJ. Et puis finalement, Festival Literacy qui tient en Dominique un succès. Parole Salah sorti au chef Festival Salah Dr. Alwyn Bowling.
Ce premier nuit là, nous était ouvert. Nous étions presque remplis de place là. C'était une bonne quantité de monde là. Même si la pluie était tombée. Puis ça était vendredi soir, samedi, pendant la journée, la pluie tombée. Mais tous ces workshops là, nous tenions 5 workshops qui apprennent monde comment écrire en différents styles. Tous ces workshops là étaient pleins. Il y a un qui n'était pas plein, c'est ça qui était pour Calypso. Il y a un qui apprend comment pour chanter, ça qui est ex-tempo Calypso. Il y a ces gens-là, il y a un mot, ces Calypsoniens là, il y a un mot, et puis quand ils tapent moi, il y a pour chanter. Faire un Calypso assuré. Même là, il y a sans préparation. Et puis ça, c'est un style qui est bien intéressant. Et puis, il y a ça ex-tempo Calypso. Quand ça m'a été en Guaboug, Trinidad, qui était roi ex-tempo Calypso, 3 fois à Trinidad. Puis il fait un workshop.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour Nouvelle Créole pour à présent. Non moins, c'est McPherson. Au revoir.
What can soy milk add to your diet? Find out next.
Do you have uncovered water storage drums around your home? Do you dispose of old tires, cans and old containers capable of holding water anywhere in your environment? Are you being bitten by mosquitoes, particularly at dusk and early morning? Do you keep houseplants in water? Do you spend your hard-earned cash to control mosquitoes? Has your community experienced dengue fever outbreaks? If your answer is yes to at least 3 questions above, you are at risk to dengue fever. Join the fight against dengue fever. The responsibility for a dengue-free Dominica lies with you. So, get rid of the Aedes aegypti mosquito.
While dairy milk is more appetizing than soy milk, the plant-based alternative can lower cholesterol and the risk of heart disease. Soy milk can also mean lower risk of prostate cancer in men, since studies have shown that men who regularly consume soy products have significantly lower prostate cancer risks than those who do not. Try including soy milk in your diet and see what health benefits you can discover. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and your comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Friend us on our Facebook page and be sure to like our GIS Dominica fan page. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Jarna Hector. Thank you for watching.